Hi there, I'm Nick,
Hi.
the food
Hi, Na.
service director.
Hi, Na.
Hi. I'm just here to go over a couple points, safety points when handling food for you guys, and hopefully this
What do you
helps
mean by handling food? Like juggling with food?
Generally cooking it, preparing it, storing it, temperatures, refrigerators, meat temperatures, danger zones. Uh, just to start off with, there's some things that people still do that are old habits that they got learned from their mothers or whatever years ago. They used to think.
I don't think old is a very nice word.
They used to
in a nursing home.
Okay. They used to, for example, they used to make a pot of spaghetti sauce or turkey, cook a turkey, whatever, and leave it out so that it'll cool before they're refrigerated. We've learned from. Yes, Deborah, may I help you?
My mother never did that. Where do you get that?
Well, I know people now that still think that they have to, after they cook something, they have to leave it out before they put it in the refrigerator. That's not true. The goal here is to get the food out of this zone they call the danger zone, which is 141 to 135.
141?
I mean, which is 41 to 135.
Oh, that makes a little more sense.
That's more like room temperature, so that when food sits out at that temperature, bacteria grows immensely.
Immensely?
Immensely. So when
what does that mean?
It grows. I think it grows like double, triple the amount of time it would.
You think? Well, double and triple is.
Okay. So what you want to do is get it down to below 41 as soon as possible, or above 135. And then you can hold food for up to 4 hours. Anything more than 4 hours, you must throw away. Yes, Deborah.
How do you hold it? You mean like in your lap? How do you hold food?
I mean,
like hold an apple?
I mean, the food's out. The food's out for like 2 hours. Really, you should test the temperature on that.
Is that holding food when it's just sitting on the counter?
Holding it, you can hold food in the warmer at 135 up to 4 hours. Yes.
Is a warmer the same as like a pan on low or a crock pot?
No, a warmer is almost looking like an oven. It could be a crock pot. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have those in this wing, and we don't have them at home. So how would that relate to me?
You might use a crock pot there.
Oh, you just said I couldn't.
Yes. If it's kept at 135, you can. But you can't. It can't be below 135.
But I don't have a thermometer.
Yes, you do. I have them all over the place here.
But the residents won't have them.
You better settle down over there, okay? Or you're not going to pass this class.
I'm just a little confused. I want to make sure I understand it correctly.
So refrigerators should be 41 or below. Freezer should be 0 to -10. So things that are stored in those areas are safe, like meatloaf, like leftover spaghetti, pasta, macaroni and cheese, all that stuff.
In the refrigerator.
Refrigerator or the freezer.
You wouldn't put macaroni salad in the freezer, would you?
No.
I thought you just said that.
No, you wouldn't. I said macaroni and cheese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, how long you can keep those could be your own company policy. The ServSafe book says you can keep any leftovers up to 7 days, as long as they're not left out at room temperature. Yes.
What's a ServSafe book?
It's something that all managers the class that everybody must take to be able to manage a food service establishment. Okay, so what was I talking about? I keep interrupting me. Hopefully they don't do that in the real class. So we went over the fact that bacteria grows in the danger zone between 41 and 135. That's very important. So you can't leave food out, basically. And if somebody, yes, Deb.
Is bacteria from dirt?
Bacteria are little germs that grow, basically what they are.
Does it come from dirt?
And they multiply. They multiply and they feed on the meats, potatoes.
Does it come from dirty hands?
It could, because somebody could touch something else. That's another part of. We'll get into that in a few
So if
minutes.
I wash my hands, everything should be okay?
If you wear gloves and you wash your hands, yes.
Then my food won't get bacteria.
It could if you don't put it in the right spot and temperatures. If you put chicken on a dirty table, the table could be dirty. So you got to be really careful how you're preparing food.
Why would I put chicken on a table?
Okay, so these foods are meat.
Wouldn't you put it on a plate?
These foods are meat, dairy, fish, eggs, baked potatoes, poultry, and any kind of cooked vegetables. Okay? Any questions so far? So, food you're bringing into this facility. Yes, Dad?
I have a question. What's not dangerous? Seems like you named all the foods that there
Well,
are.
like potato chips, cheese curls, crackers, that stuff can be left at room temperature. Still must be handled properly, though. Any more questions? Okay. Um, the other thing is cross contamination that I want to write on here. That's a big factor also because you could be doing everything right. You could be making chicken salad on a cutting board. You have gloves on, but if you're making chicken salad and then you see something over, say boiling on the stove, and you run over there with your gloves on and you touch the soup and you have chicken stuff on your gloves, that could be cross contamination. So whenever you're doing hold on a second, Deb. If you're preparing something, then if you go stop to do something else, you should take your gloves off, wash your hands, put new gloves on, and go touch that other product. Yes, Steph.
Yes, I'm working with patients that are going home. Now, most of these patients don't have gloves at home. They get their chicken for chicken salad from Star-Kissed cans, and they get their soup from a can. So none of this is going to apply to my residents that are going home. Could you be a little more specific to how it would apply to them?
Yes, if they're making chicken salad at home and they get their chicken from a can, fine, they can do that. Just make sure.
So I can they go over from the chicken salad to the soup with no gloves and they're going to be fine?
I personally would still wash my hands before I touch another product. If I'm making salad like at my house and I'm cooking chicken and I take the chicken out and I touch the chicken, I'm not going to go back and touch the salad again if the chicken's not cooked. Yes, Deb.
Yes, again, but the chicken that comes from Star-Kissed in a can.
Yes.
No, I'm trying to be realistic because my residents don't cook whole chickens.
How do you know that?
Because I know they don't. They're trying to hobble over to the kitchen to cook. They just had knee replacements.
It wouldn't behoove. It would be a bad idea to show them. To show them a little bit about the right way to do it because maybe they don't know.
A lot of these people are seniors. Well, they're all seniors, and they're going home. They probably live alone. They probably don't make whole chickens. They probably get chicken from a can.
Okay, so now the other topic I'm going to talk about is we have a refrigerator.
You didn't really address my
here.
issue, though.
We have a refrigerator that I placed on that refrigerator thermometers, probe wipes, and little stickers. So when the resident's family brings food in here for their family member, that food should immediately be labeled, what it is, what time it got here, and the date. Okay, when that food is when you guys heat that food up in the microwave, I suggest that you use the thermometer that I have and heat it up to 165 and then hold it for 15 seconds before you serve it.
What do you mean by holding?
Just let it sit for 15 to 20 seconds before you serve it.
Why?
So the person won't get burned because 165 is pretty hot. That way, it'll be safe. Now, any questions so far on that? That's really what I'm there for, then, because a lot of people bring food in. Now, if refrigerator's not working, if it's 60 degrees, then you must notify me as soon as possible, or maintenance, so we can get it fixed. Okay? You okay? Hope you enjoyed the class, and if there's ever any questions you need to know about food or food safety, just let me know, and yes, Deborah.
Can you give me some better idea of what I can help my residents with for when they go home as far as food safety?
Yes, I would say
because keep in mind they probably have a microwave and a stovetop, and they're not going to bake anything, and they don't have a thermometer.
I would say start off with say canned tomato soup with maybe some grilled cheese.
No, I'm not asking for menu ideas. I'm asking how it would pertain to them, food safety.
It would pertain to everybody, especially them. If they're cooking a chicken and they don't have any idea.
No, they're not going to be cooking a chicken. They're going to have, because I know. I know many seniors, and I've known many seniors, that Pam, my grandmother, my mother.
They don't cook chicken ever.
No, ever. They cook for one person. They're not going to cook a whole chicken. Okay? So my question is, when they're making a grilled cheese and a can of soup, how does this apply to them?
Because if their hands aren't clean and they go to the bathroom and they don't wash their hands after they start cooking grilled cheese, they can get sick.
Who said anything about going to the bathroom? Everybody washes their hands after
If
they
they
go to
have
the
a
bathroom.
pet, I mean, my main concern here is not to get too involved with each detail. I'm just saying that you control what you're doing when you're cooking. So if your hands, it's a lot of ways you can get sick. It's not only just preparing chicken. Your hands got to be clean. You can't touch something and then touch something else.
So,
Go
wait
feed
a minute.
the cat and then pet the cat and then make grilled cheese.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
But can you make grilled cheese and make tomato soup at the same time?
you sure can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not that involved. You don't have to be like, have a gown on and a mask and everything just to cook.
Okay. So what if I have a hamburger on the stove? Can I at the same time make frozen French fries in the oven?
Yes, you can make 3 things at the same time. As long as you don't touch the hamburger with your hands and then go move the French fries around with your hands without washing them, because the hamburger might not be cooked.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about if you have French fries and you have your hamburger and fries for dinner, and then you have like a cup of French fries left over? Can you keep them on the counter and then heat them up in the microwave later?
No, you should put them back in the refrigerator. So then again, they might get in that danger zone we talked about earlier, 41 to 135.
Ah, that's a lot to remember.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not really. Basically, you don't have to remember the exact temperatures. The basic thing is to, when you finish eating, put it, or cooking it, put it in the refrigerator right away. That's the good rule of thumb.
How about hard-boiled eggs? I like to make hard-boiled eggs in the morning and then have them sometimes for dinner.
Fine. After you cook them, you put them back in the fridge. I put mine with cold water.
Immediately?
I do, yeah. Any questions? That's it. That's what I'm talking about then.
So my takeaway from this class is don't leave food on the counter.
Right?
Put it in the fridge right away.
After you cook it.
And make sure you wash your hands after everything you do.
That's it. Basically,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you, Sergeant Hedges.